Hi Pip, Chris here. As you can see, uh, I've been tired all weekend. I was working a lot since the last week. So it's around quarter to 5 a.m. in the morning, Monday here, a few hours before I go to work. Last week I saw your video about asking friends and your subscribers about what do we do outside the pipe world. So outside the pipe world, that's a long story. Just getting my tea made, was smoking uh, McBaron HH Old Dark Fired. Been a long smoke. It takes around 2 hours to finish this flake. So I'll start a few years back, of at least a decade back, what I used to do, and what I do now. So ever since I was a teenager, I was into martial arts. I loved it. So I started sports when I was around 14, 15. I did karate for around 8 to 10 years, Shotokan style. After that, I had to actually, I wanted to be a doctor. So I left sports because that requires lots of study. So my 11th and 12th grade, I was studying medical subjects in India, and then I started loving books. So I've been an avid reader since I was a kid. My first book, which I love to read, was a Mills and Boon novel, and I had no idea at that time. I was in what, fourth grade, fifth grade, so I read it all. I really love books. At one time, my entire room was filled with books when I was in New Delhi. But I had to leave New Delhi and I had to actually give my book collection away because the cost of transporting them was too much. So I lost almost my entire book collection, but I'll start collecting again when I'm in the US. There's no point collecting them if I can't transport them when I move back to the US. What else do I like? I like photography. I learned photography for 3 years. I had, and I'm a film nut. I do not like digital, but digital makes it really easy for these days for people. But I started with a film camera. My first SLR was a Nikon F80, and I had a really sweet set of lenses. At that time, I was around 24. So I have done photography a lot. You can go to my DeviantArt page, which I joined in 2003. It's called disinformatique.deviantart.com. I'll put the link below in the description. What else do I like? I like to research a lot. I like to read a lot. I like to watch videos a lot. I like to learn. Well, my other hobbies include tobacco, of course, my latest obsession. Before that, I was into gaming. I love to play lots of games. Outdoor sports. I was a big cricket fan. I remember we used to go, wake up 3 a.m. in the morning, and just opposite my homes in the house in my home city, we have the medical college of my home city. So they had these huge fields, which were like really, really nice and flat for playing cricket. So we used to go there and claim the pitches before other people came at around 3 or 4 in the morning. I really loved to play football when I was in school. I was the goalkeeper. Uh, but because of my sports injuries in karate, I now cannot run. Yeah, I can only do like treadmills or exercise bikes. I cannot run. I have hairline fractures in my shin. Plus, I'm overweight now, so that's not possible unless I become slim again. What else are my passions? My passions include tea. I love tea, different kinds of tea, and I used to write a lot. I used to write poetry. I used to write stories. But after my father died, that passion, that interest actually died. So now I'm incapable of writing anything. Work took over. Gaming, I was talking about earlier. I love games. I used to play Mario, the first version of Mario Contra when I was a kid. I think Contra and Mario were my favorite ones. Before that, Atari games were there. I used to play a lot of Atari games. Now, these days, don't get much time, and games these days are now fickle. But I've played lots of World of Warcraft. On my main character, I've logged over 5,000 hours, not including my other characters. I have played EverQuest a lot. I love Assassin's Creed games, Mass Effect, the earlier versions, not the latest one. Uh, my Steam library is chock full of games. I was recently, before I joined this company last year, I was playing Lord of the Rings War in the North. That's a co-op game with three people. Very nice uh, game and story. If you haven't, you should. It is very nice, especially very nice when you're playing with friends. My favorite YouTuber when it comes to the gaming community is Jesse Cox. You should check him out. He's a funny guy. Used to be a teacher. Now he's a YouTube gamer for the last 4 or 5 years. Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls game actually. I have Morrowind. I have played Oblivion. Skyrim I haven't because my system is 5 years old. I need to buy a new one before I can play all the fancy new games. I've been watching the new game which came out, Shadow of Mordor, which is a really nice game. The story is nice. The game is solid. I've seen lots of playthroughs for that. Uh, I used to play board games a lot, but now I'm 35, so lots of my friends are in my home city or in New Delhi. This is a new city for me, so I don't get that much chance to play any kind of a game these days. Sometimes I dabble in Diablo 3, I really like. Hearthstone by Blizzard, and a new MOBA style game they have released is called Heroes of the Storm. That is a really nice game. I would be installing that game after I upgrade the system to 64-bit. I'm running a 32-bit system. Um, so gaming, I'm an avid gamer. I love books. I love tea. I love to travel when it allows, when my work allows, which is next to impossible. So that's I've been wanting to do. I love to do arts and crafts, though I'm not skilled at it, but I really like it. Pipes, my latest hobby and passion are now pipes, and collecting little knickknacks about them. So that's about it. Reading, pipes, gaming these days, and about, of course, learning about new things in my own professional field. These are the things I'm doing these days. And I'm not a fitness buff, but I used to be fit a lot, so I'm trying to go back into fitness again. Um, uh, that's it. I think this is when you grow, when you age, and when you become an adult, there are lots of things you have to compromise or leave because of your other commitments. But I'm still a kid at heart, and if it was possible that I could leave work, I would actually leave work, go back into sports, play games, and smoke my pop all day. Uh, I also love to volunteer. Uh, I used to volunteer for a TB and HIV advocacy group website. I designed their earlier versions back in the day, but then I got out of touch with the doctors. They're very nice friends of mine, very senior doctors. Uh, I would love to start that again as well. So this is about it. I hope this is it. I hope you like my video, and I hope you would, this video of mine makes you uh, understand me a little better. Books, gaming, photography. I love photography. I would like to start it again. I haven't touched a camera in like 7, 8 years. and food, of course. But that's not a hobby, that's a necessity these days. So I'll see you soon, babe. Take care.